Does, and so does Gennady, but I think it's a difficult fight. I think that by the time he steps to the ropes, he's going to be weighing 190 pounds. That's the first thing. The second thing, he's got his daddy's chin. He's got a great chin, so he's a big dude. So he's going to take a lot of punishment. But those are the kind of fights that I want to see him in. I want this to be 40,000 cheering for both guys, because it'd be a great fight for boxing, which we're not getting in a lot of other major fights.
How much pride would you take in if he was able to break Chavez's chin and stop him? Because he's taking every shot that they've given him and still stood to it.
Let me tell you this. The reason that I want that fight, or I've dreamed about that fight, is when I had Terry Norris, there was a fight offered for his father. They offered us, I think it was $10 million, to fight his father at 149. And Chavez's people eventually turned the fight down, but it was Terry that was supposed to fight Chavez. Now I have another guy that's going to fight the son. So to me, I think that's history. That's, for me anyway, that's history for me. So I would be very interesting to see if we can do to him what I thought we could do to the father. The father was a great champion, but this is a business, man.
Abel, with now Canelo Alvarez is an HBO fighter, and a fighter that seems willing to fight everybody, within his division. Do you think that's a fight that 2015 can bring in? That's a huge fight, right?
I think it's mandated by the WBC that Cotto has to fight somebody in May, and everything points towards Canelo fighting Cotto. So if that is the case, if Canelo beats Cotto, then I'm sure HBO will be chomping at the bit to put a big fight like that together.
How do you see that fight playing out, Cotto-Canelo?
I think Canelo's a little too young. Younger and fresher, and I think Canelo will be stronger. By the time they step to the ropes, I think Canelo will be a bigger guy.
Abel, with Gennady selling these places out and knocking everybody out within inside of 3 or 4 rounds, does this remind you of all of Mike Tyson when he was coming up?
3 years ago I said that I was trying to make him the Tyson-esque kind of individual that went and destroyed, and people just couldn't work early to make sure that they didn't miss the first round, because if they missed the first round, the fight may be over. I think that we're getting to that point now, and people are recognizing that I can't blink. I better not go get a Coke, because it's not going to go. I want for it to go some rounds, because we don't know what we have until we have somebody pressing him and pushing him and making him work to his limit.
Abel, is it a double-edged sword when you're so successful and you knock everyone out, 18 in a row, 17 in a row, and the big names just say, you know what, we'd rather go, we'll leave the belt, we'll go another direction?
Well, there comes a point when it is, but it's up to you guys to shame. Hey, how come you don't want to fight that guy? And hear the excuse. Is it because he doesn't draw? Hell, he just put.
That's what they were saying.
They're running out of excuses.
Yeah.
And as far as tonight, Abel, what was short? I know it was a short fight, but was there anything Gennady did that surprised you or made you happy tonight?
Not surprised me, but I was a little, I want to say upset, but I was a little peeved with him in the first round that he was trying to reach for something that wasn't there, trying to knock him out with one shot going wide. I told him in between the rounds that I wanted him to use the jab more, to set him up with a jab in the right hand, go down the middle first, and everything on the outside would develop. Yeah. And he did exactly that. I think over in a far corner from us, he hit him with a jab in the right hand, and it stunned him, and then he was able to then go outside and then land the uppercut on the inside. So he was just trying too hard for that opportunity instead of setting it up.
Abel, when they asked before about being the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Gennady's very humble and he said no, but you were smiling. Why do you think, when will it take the world to recognize Gennady Golovkin as the best pound-for-pound?
One of the other champions to step up, and he does the same thing that he did to this guy. Let me see this, WBA, WBC, if Jermaine steps up, maybe, who's the other guy?
Cotto has the 160.
Quillen. No, Quillen.
No, he left it already.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh, that's another guy that ran. So it would take one of the other two WBO or IBF belt, and if he does that to them, then I think you have to stamp him. You guys, not necessarily us, but I say that because I have to say that because I'm his coach. But it's you guys that are giving us all these accolades and making him superhuman.
Is Gennady still growing as a fighter, still getting better? Because he was able to stop 2 years ago Proska in 5 rounds, but now Rubio's an even more accomplished, more seasoned fighter, and he stops him less rounds 2 years later. is he still getting better, or is that
I
just
hope he never stops.
right?
I hope that every fight is a learning experience, and every fight is a bigger challenge, and every fight he develops a little bit more, so that hopefully when we do fight those other guys, that he'll have enough in the tank to be able to put him out the same way.
He has such a good personality away from boxing, but in the ring he's so vicious. How did he turn it on and off?
I think that's why there was 9,000 people here, Mexicans, not Kazakhs, cheering for him because of who he is outside the ring. They know that he's Gennady Golovkin outside the ring. When he steps the rope, he's Triple G, and he's going to go seek and destroy. And outside, he's not going to badmouth anybody. He's going to smile. He's going to have a good time.
That's unique, Abel, because usually a fighter that talks sells because people want to see him win or lose, or they love the smack talk. But Gennady doesn't do any of that, and he still sells.
And the ones that do all the smack talk never do it in the ring. Ain't that something?
Thank you.
Any message to Gennady fans if they're watching?
Thank you very much for your support. Thank you to all the Mexican and Latin fans, and we hope to do it again here in Southern California soon.
Oh, I forgot to ask you, your fighter, Ruslan Medvedev, it was his pro debut, but he looked like a savvy veteran in there. He dropped out of the fighter, he played with him. What did you think of that fight?
I like the fact that it was a 4-round fight for him because you learn more in those fights than you do in a quick knockout. Ruslan understands now what it takes to be a pro, and hopefully once that cut heals, he'll fight again in a couple, 3 months.
He's really young, really strong.
He's 21 years old. Yeah, so
a miniature Triple G.
Yeah, hopefully he develops into something like that, but it remains to be seen.
Abel, last question for you. Do you think that 2015, I know a lot of people asked Tom this, do you think 2015 will be Gennady's breakout year?
After this tonight, I really do believe that, not so much because of the fight, but because of the turnout and the way that it was, all these Mexican fans were cheering for him and really, really wanted to see him. I think they went away happy with what they saw, and I'm sure that the next time that he fights here in Southern California, all those 9,000 are going to be in line to buy a ticket.
Thank you, Abel.
Hey, well, my last question. I know you're